In a peaceful green forest, there lived a little rabbit named Ayaan. He was as white as snow, with big round eyes and soft ears. Ayaan loved playing hide and seek, munching on juicy carrots, and hopping around. Life was simple and joyful for this cheerful little bunny. One sunny morning, Ayaan popped out of his cozy burrow, ready to start the day. But wait, something was off. Where was his shadow? It usually followed him everywhere, but today it was nowhere to be found. "Where's my shadow?" Ayaan shouted. "It was with me yesterday, but now it's gone." Ayaan jumped around, trying to see his shadow. He waved his paw and spun in circles, but the ground was still empty. No shadow at all," he whispered, shaking. Ayaan felt scared. His shadow wasn't just a shadow, it was his quiet friend, always there morning, noon, and night. It listened to his secrets without judging and was a part of him, sticking by his side no matter what. His shadow was gone, and everything felt off. Hopping alone was no fun, munching on carrots lost its charm, and playing hide and seek with friends made him sad without his shadow to join in. As the hours passed, the sun climbed higher and higher in the sky. Still, there was no sign of his shadow, so Ayaan decided to go find it. He hopped along the path until he reached the big oak tree where his friend Lena the turtle lived. Lena was very wise, and maybe she knew where his shadow had gone. "Lena! Lena!" Ayaan shouted, hoping his friend could hear him. Lena raised her head slowly. She blinked her big eyes and said, "Can you please speak up, Ayaan? I didn't hear what you said." "My shadow, it's gone, Lena," Ayaan cried. "Have you seen it?" "My shadow isn't with me anymore." Lena pondered for a moment, thinking hard about Ayaan's problem. Finally, she said, "Well, shadows love the sun. Maybe your shadow went to the river to play with the light." "The river," Ayaan repeated, his eyes shining with hope. "You think so? Maybe my shadow is swimming in the water." "Thank you, Lena." He quickly hopped toward the river, where the sound of trickling water filled the air. The water was clear, and fish swam happily, but still, no sign of his shadow. All the fish were swimming and playing, unaware of Ayaan. But Zane, a silver-scaled fish, had heard him. "Your shadow in the river," Zane bubbled, shaking his tail. "I haven't seen it here, little rabbit. I only saw a dark figure moving at night near the big cave." "A dark figure," Ayaan repeated, his heart jumping. "Could it be my shadow? But why would it go into a cave?" "That's a tricky question," Zane admitted. "The cave is dark and full of secrets. If your shadow is inside, you'll have to be brave to find it." Zane pointed to the cave hidden by tall trees. The dark entrance looked creepy, and strange sounds echoed inside. Drip, drop, drip, drop. Ayaan hesitated. He knew this place was dangerous and scary, but if his shadow was inside, then he had to go in after it. Taking a deep breath, Ayaan hopped into the cave. It was pitch black and cold inside. Ayaan shivered, scared to touch the walls, worried he might find a spider or a snake lurking in the dark. As he walked deeper into the cave, the ground started to shake. At first, it was just a slight tremor, but it grew stronger and stronger. Then, as Ayaan turned a corner, he saw something that made him gasp. In front of him was a huge rock, bigger than any rock he had ever seen before. And it was moving. The rock cracked and split open, and from the crack came a loud roar. "Who is in my cave?" boomed a voice that shook the whole ground. "Who has dared to disturb my sleep?" Ayaan was frozen in fear. Was this the end? Just when he thought he might faint, the rock split open, and a giant toad hopped out. The toad blinked its bulging eyes and stared at Ayaan. "What are you doing in my cave, little rabbit?" it croaked. "I'm sorry, Mr. Toad," Ayaan stammered. "I didn't know this was your cave. I was looking for my shadow." "Have you seen it?" The toad tilted its head and looked at the ground. "Your shadow, Yes, I saw it. It came here, following the moon. It went deeper into the cave. Maybe you should follow it." "Thank you," Ayaan whispered. The toad closed its eyes and went back to sleep. Ayaan took another deep breath and went deeper into the cave. As he walked, he heard a soft whisper, "Over here. Come and find me." He followed the sound and soon he was standing in a small, open space. And there, in the middle of the floor, he saw his shadow. It was darker than the surrounding darkness, and it was waving at him. "My shadow!" Ayaan cried, rushing towards it. The shadow stood up and said in a soft, gentle voice, "I waited so long for you. I'm sorry I took so long to find you." Ayaan whispered, his eyes shining with tears. "I didn't know shadows could get lost. I didn't know they needed friends." His shadow smiled, and for a moment, Ayaan felt the brightest happiness he had ever known. They spent the whole night talking and playing until the first rays of sunlight peeked into the cave. When the sun touched Ayaan's face, he realized how much he had missed his shadow. Without his shadow, the world seemed dull and gray. With his shadow, everything was more fun, more beautiful. He thanked his shadow for coming back and promised to never take it for granted again. The shadow snuggled close to Ayaan, and together they waited for the sun to rise. When the first light touched their fur and scales, they knew it was time to go home. Hand in paw, they walked out of the cave and into the forest. The other animals were so happy to see Ayaan with his shadow again. They all gathered around him and cheered. "Look, it's a miracle! Ayaan's shadow is back!" Ayaan laughed. He was so happy. He learned a very important lesson that day. Even shadows need friends.